Hi everyone and welcome to our class tonight. This is Essential Oils for Mums and Bubs. Thank you all for being here tonight and taking the time out of your night. Hopefully, if you've got little ones, they're all in bed sleeping or about to go off to sleep. So we're going to begin with, I'm just going to screen share. I haven't done this before, so just bear with me. Okay. Okay, so okay, beautiful. All right, so welcome to Essential Oils for Mums and Bubs webinar. So this is now my second webinar, and the topic of using essential oils for mums and bubs would have to be one of my favourites, that along with just women's health in general and how the oils can support ourselves as mothers and how we can use them safely to support our little ones as well, right from birth as well. So they're pretty amazing, these oils. So for those who don't know much about doTERRA essential oils or don't know much about me, my name is Taylor Harfide, for those who haven't put two and two together yet, and I'm a holistic health coach. I work with women supporting their health and wellness, and it was only about just over 6 months ago I really got introduced to doTERRA essential oils. I went along to a free class that was held in Melbourne with my mother, and I didn't know they were doTERRA oils at first. I knew it was just a free essential oils class, and when I went along that night, I then saw that they were these doTERRA oils. And I had actually heard of doTERRA in the past through friends that I'd studied with my health coaching course. And, you know, they would occasionally post random things about these amazing, high quality and pure essential oils on their Facebook pages. So when I went along to this class with my mum and I seen that they were using doTERRA, I got so excited because, like I said, I'd heard so many great things, and I was, you know, going to be able to experience them for myself for the first time. So as soon as I smelt my first oil, I pretty much fell in love. So, you know, I didn't just want to use them just for myself and my family, but then I felt like I had to share them with family, friends, and now the big wide web as well, which is why I'm here tonight, sharing this information with all of you mothers and mums to be. Okay, so I'm just going to blow this screen up for you all. Okay, so tonight we're going to we're going to start off talking about what are essential oils, why we would want to use them, you know, as a natural alternative in pregnancy, for delivery, postpartum, beyond, and on our baby as well. And then we're going to talk about what's the most affordable way that you could get some of these oils if you wanted to try them. So why essential oils? So essential oils, they're pure extracts from plants that are actually up to 70 more times powerful than herbs. So when I found that out, you know, when I first got introduced to these oils, that just absolutely blew my mind. I've previously worked in a health food store, and for quite a while I was a bit of a herb junkie, and I still am as well to this day, but you know, I now use essential oils as well with that. And you know, just one drop of their peppermint essential oil is actually equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So, you know, instead of having a cup of tea after dinner to ease digestion, you could just have one single drop of peppermint oil in a warm glass of water. So essential oils, they're actually, if you can picture a little oil sack under a microscope sitting on a plant. So these little sacs are actually the natural defense mechanism, or the natural immune system, if you'd like to call it, for these plants. So they protect the plants, and when we use them as humans, they protect us as well and help fight off threats. So essential oils contain hundreds of natural compounds that have many health and healing properties. They're safe, effective, affordable, and an alternative to synthetic remedies. They actually have the ability to treat the problem versus masking the symptoms. And it then gives you the empowerment and the option to take informed self-care by playing a proactive role in your health. So we're not just giving away our power by going into the doctors every time we have a little niggle or a pain. We're playing a proactive role on our own behalf, and we're empowering ourselves and going with our body's wisdom. And they're safe for the whole family as well. So like I said, from birth through to the elderly, they are safe when you use them in the right way. So like I mentioned, I choose to use doTERRA essential oils. So doTERRA are actually now the world's largest essential oil company in the world. And I choose to use their oils purely because of their quality and their potency. So I often get asked, are doTERRA essential oils certified organic? And I say no, but they're actually a step above that. So doTERRA has established a standard of purity, which they call CPTG, which stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. So it's their own standard, their own level of testing. So if you can imagine, a 15 ml bottle of essential oil, they run about 11 different tests that one single bottle undergoes. So they do batch to batch testing. So, it's not just the industry standard where, a few oils might get tested a couple of times a year. It happens with every single oil in every single batch. And they do those 11 tests at the beginning of pouring the bottle. So at the bottom of it, halfway through filling it up, and right at the top as well before the cap goes on. So you can ensure that what you're getting has not been chemically altered, or nothing has been thrown into the works, and it's 100% pure. So the actual plants are grown and the oils are harvested in their natural habitat. So for instance, their lavender is from the south of France, as opposed to a lavender from somewhere in Victoria. So farmers really, they really do their research. doTERRA really does their research and finds, where the plants are most native. The climate has to be right. The plants have to be sourced at the right time of year. The soil mustn't be compromised with any pesticides, herbicides, any synthetics or chemicals whatsoever. And in the oil bottles, they haven't added in any alcohols or watered it down, or, thrown in carrier oils to water it down as well. So you can ensure that it is 100% essential oils. And like I said, they are the purest oils you can find in the world. And just by smelling just one of their oils, just one single oil, trust me, you will be blown away. And I was actually laughing when I smelled my first oil from doTERRA. It was the peppermint oil, and I was so blown away, I just started laughing. I just couldn't believe how potent it was, and how it made me feel. It just, cleared my head straight away. So if you just look down the bottom here, where I've got that picture of the purple cell, so you'll see that there's a threat inside the cell, and then there's a threat outside the cell, so bacteria. So only pure essential oils, such as doTERRA oils, can actually burst through that cell membrane and actually go inside the cell and actually treat that threat. So not just mask the symptoms, but actually cut through the cell membrane and knock out the threat, as well as the threat that's on the outside of the cell. Whereas synthetic pharmaceutical drugs, they can only mask the symptoms and they can't cut through that cell membrane. They can mask the symptoms of that threat on the outside of the cell, but only pure essential oils can cut through that membrane. So that was pretty cool to learn too. I think it's really amazing stuff. So before we dive into things, I just also wanted to go over the 3 different ways you can use doTERRA essential oils. So you can use them internally, which may come as a shock to many people. I mean, you would never think to take an essential oil from your local pharmacy internally. But most of their oils, I'm not going to say all, but there are a lot of their oils that are safe to do so, to take internally. So different ways you could take them internally is adding a couple of drops to water, a drop under your tongue, or put it in an empty veggie capsule. So then it's going straight down into the guts and then distributing where it needs to go and getting to the source of the problem a lot quicker. Topically, so I always say to people, you know how sensitive your skin is, especially in pregnancy and absolutely with the young, in babies, always dilute. So for myself right now, most of my oils I find I don't really need to dilute. I'm quite tolerant to them now, except maybe their athletic rub, which has some menthol in it, but always in pregnancy and with the young, always dilute. And then another way you could use doTERRA essential oils is by diffusing them aromatically. So gone are the days of the oil burners. I now recommend that everyone who purchases these oils gets a diffuser as well. There's no heat involved, so it's not going to, alter the healing components in these oils. Because if you imagine the hot flame that an oil burner sets off, of course it's going to alter those pure oils and you're not going to get those same healing properties. Okay. So now let's dive into it. Let's start with pregnancy. So before we get started, pregnancy is a real sort of grey area. It's a real sort of touchy area when it comes to a lot of different things, what we eat when we're pregnant, different beauty products we use, and especially essential oils. There's a lot of conflicting arguments out there, I guess, on what is safe and what's not safe. So I just tell people really to, of course, go by what the bottle says, but use your own intuition and let that guide you. So always discuss your needs with your care provider if you're unsure. And if you're using essential oils perhaps for the first time and you are pregnant, always start with small amounts and then work your way up to using them more regularly. So rather than applying, 10 drops of lavender to your sore back, maybe do 1 or 2 drops and then half an hour later do another 1 or 2 drops and so on. And then you could even work your way up. So like I said, always dilute and use common sense. So use that intuition that we've all been born with. So in pregnancy, I always say to start with 1 to 2 drops of essential oil in a teaspoon of carrier oil. So whether that be jojoba, almond, olive, coconut, that's my oil of choice. I like to use doTERRA's fractioned coconut oil, which is fantastic. Okay, so their top oils for pregnancy are clary sage, which is for labour only, citrus bliss, elevation, frankincense, geranium, grapefruit, ginger, lavender, lemon, orange, and lang lang. So this is doTERRA's clary sage. So like I said, for labour only. It can be used to induce labour, Apply it to your abdomen and insides of the ankles every half an hour and inhale. You can also use it to speed up contractions, massage to your lower abdomen and lower back. It can help with labour pains, massage it to your hips, bottoms of the feet, abdomen, and inhale or diffuse in the room. And you can also make an energizer spray to use during the transition phase in labour, in which you would mix 15 drops of wild orange, 10 drops of elevation and lavender and clary sage. Mix them together in a 4-ounce glass spray bottle and top with water. So that's another thing with, when we're using such pure oils, especially the citrus ones, always store them in either a glass spray bottle or a glass jar or a little glass container, because when we store them in plastic, especially those citrus oils, they can actually break down the BPA in the plastic. And especially if you were to take your lemon oil internally, you'd be drinking plastic, which isn't that nice, or rubbing plastic onto your skin, whichever way you go. So always store it in glass. So with that spray, it's a great one, if you've got someone in the room with you at your birth, and you can just instruct them to spray the mist either in the room for a calming, energizing enhancer, or to spray, over your back, neck, shoulders area. And then we've got the Citrus Bliss. So this one's just divine. It contains wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, mandarin, bergamot, tangerine, clementine with a hint of vanilla absolute. So different ways you can use this one in pregnancy is to ease feelings of sadness and low mood. So you can diffuse it or inhale it in your palms for an immediate lift. It'll help you to feel energized, diffusing it or inhaling it in your palms, or you can massage it onto your back, shoulders, back of the neck to ease feelings of fatigue. And you can also add that one to a warm bath with some Epsom salts. This one also promotes healthy circulation and eases swelling. So forget those swollen ankles. You can massage it onto the soles of your feet and upwards from the ankles towards the heart and over the heart area. And you can also have a nice bath with that one too, a nice foot bath. And this one's also great for easing digestive comfort in pregnancy. Just add 1 drop to a glass of water, or if you're a bit skeptical and it doesn't sit right for you, you can always just diffuse it or inhale it from your palms and give yourself a nice tummy rub with that one as well. So that one's, when I think of the Citrus Bliss oil, it's always mouth-watering for me. I always think of citrusy icy poles, which you can actually make out of the Citrus Bliss, which is nice. And then you've got Elevation Blend. So this is their Joyful Blend. Okay, and it contains lavender flower, Hawaiian sandalwood, tangerine peel, melissa flower, lang-lang flower, alamy resin, osmanthus flower, and lemon myrtle leaf essential oils. So different ways you can use this one is to ease feelings of sadness and low mood. So you can diffuse it or inhale it in your palms and massage your upper back and the back of your neck. It promotes joyful feelings and eases fatigue. Diffuse it or inhale from your palms. Massage onto your back, shoulders, or the back of the neck. So again, this is a great one to add into that energizing blend for that transition phase of labour. So that's another great one there that you can use. And then frankincense. So this one is an extremely grounding oil. It's often referred to as the king of all oils because there's nothing that frankincense really doesn't promote or can't assist you with. It's great for meditation, yoga. Like I said, it's really grounding, really comforting. and soothing. So it does ease feelings of low mood and sadness by placing a couple of drops under the tongue, or diffusing or inhaling from your palms. It soothes back pain by massaging into the area, and you can also add that one to a bath with Epsom salts as well. And it is great for skin imperfections, frankincense. It's really great for stretch marks and any sort of scarring. So you can rub that one over your bellies and your thighs daily to prevent that from happening. And then you've got geranium essential oil. Now, this is one that I pretty much use daily. And no, I'm not pregnant, but it's just a really womanly blend. It's a really, obviously it's floral, so all those sort of lavender, patchouli, geranium women are often drawn to, and especially at that time of the month as well, as it provides, comfort for our emotions as well. So it eases anxious feelings. You can add this to a warm bath with Epsom salts and diffuse or inhale in your palms. It also promotes healthy circulation and reduces swelling. You can apply it to the soles of your feet and then work your way up the legs from the ankles towards the heart, and then apply it over the heart as desired. It eases discomfort of nasty hemorrhoids and that just speaks for itself. So apply it to the affected area, or have a nice shallow bath with that one. It eases feelings of sadness and low mood. So diffuse it or inhale it, and again, add it to the bath or apply it to the soles of your feet. Now, I keep coming back to this, apply to the soles of your feet, because we have large pores on our feet. So when we add the oil to the soles of our feet, within 30 seconds, it actually gets straight into our bloodstream. So that's pretty amazing. So when people are unsure of where to apply these oils, I always say start with the feet and work your way up from that. Other great places are insides of the ankles, insides of the wrists, behind the ears, behind the neck, and over your heart. It's also great for soothing sore breasts in pregnancy as well. So give yourself a nice gentle massage with a couple of drops. And again, with all of these, when I say apply to the affected area in pregnancy, always dilute. It also promotes a healthy blood pressure. So you can combine 5 drops of geranium, 8 drops of lemongrass, and 3 drops of lavender in a 1 ounce a bottle with a carrier oil. So rub that over your heart and on the reflex points on the left foot and left hand, that should say, sorry. You can also use it to ease back pain by adding it to a warm bath with Epsom salts or massage it into the area. It eases sore legs, again in the bath, or rub it onto the area. It eases fatigue and promotes energy. Massage it onto your legs, back, shoulders, diffuse or inhale it from palms. And it also prevents stretch marks again. I love this one. And then grapefruit. So grapefruit is just naturally energizing and promotes a good mood. So it eases fatigue. You can diffuse it or again inhale it from your palms if you don't have a diffuser. Massage it onto your back, shoulders, and the back of your neck. Like I said, promotes a positive mood. And you can also apply it to sore muscles as well. It's really soothing for sore joints and sore muscles. Ginger. So this is probably getting to the stage where we're all sort of tuning in now, because morning sickness seems to be a big one for many of us during pregnancy. So it does ease digestive discomfort and indigestion. So the best way to use it for digestive discomfort is massaging it over the belly, the chest and the throat, and you can also diffuse that, of course, as well. And it keeps things flowing, to say the least. So if you've got any constriction in the lower region, apply it to the belly and to the soles of the feet. It promotes healthy circulation and reduces swelling. Again, apply to the soles of the feet and then work your way up from the bottom towards the heart and apply it over the heart as desired. And eases morning sickness. Rub behind the ears, jawline, over the navel and the soles of the feet every few hours. So like I said, less is necessarily more. So by doing a couple of drops every half hour to an hour is much better than going crazy and pouring nearly a whole bottle. So yeah, so do be safe. And then lavender. So I've tried to squish quite a lot about lavender on this one because lavender, you know, everyone knows lavender. It's great for relaxation, sleeping, feelings of anxiousness, fatigue. You know, there's just so many wonderful things you can do with lavender. So like I said, it eases feelings of sadness and low mood. So either diffuse it, inhale it in your palms, or massage your upper back and the back of your neck with that one. It promotes a positive mood and eases fatigue. Again, diffuse or inhale. Massage onto your back, shoulders, or the back of the neck. Promotes healthy circulation and reduces swelling by applying to the soles of the feet, then working your way up the legs towards the heart and over the heart. It also promotes healthy blood pressure, and again, it's just that mix of geranium, lemongrass, and lavender. And it's another great one for preventing stretch marks as well. Labour pains. Finally, we're getting to some of the ones for labour. So you can massage it over your hips, bottoms of the feet, abdomen, inhale, or just have a diffuser going in the room. You know, bring it to the hospital with you. I would. And that's the other thing. I, unfortunately, wasn't so lucky in life to get onto doTERRA oils before I had my little Bubs. So I was fortunate enough to have a natural birth, drug-free, but yeah, I didn't yet have my doTERRA oils, so I'm excited to have them on me for the next time round. It eases sore legs by adding to a warm bath with Epsom salts, or just rub it straight onto your sore legs. Promotes a restful night's sleep. So again, especially for sleep, straight onto the feet, and also pop it into a nice warm bath as well if you can do that before bed. For a relaxing birth, you can use during the active phase of labour. So this is another blend you can have in a spritzer bottle ready to go. So it's 20 drops of lavender, 15 drops of wild orange, and 15 drops of peppermint. And then again, it's in that energizer spray for transition stage. And lavender's actually, when I run my classes, lavender's one of the oils that I often have a lot of people say, oh no, can't smell it, it gives me a migraine, or, you know, they purely just don't like lavender. And I almost, you know, shove it under their nose and say, just smell this one, I promise it's different. And sure enough, they can handle it and they do actually like the scent of it. And it's because, unfortunately, our most popular oils, so our lavender, our peppermint, our lemons, you know, they're on such high demand, and, you know, they're all around us in the shops these days, that unfortunately they're the ones that manufacturers inject the most chemicals and synthetics and alcohols into, and then we react. So it's no surprise, but when they're this pure, we can actually enjoy the full benefits that the oils have to offer. And then we have lemon essential oil. So this is also one of my favorites, this one. I drink it in my water every single day. It's a great internal cleanser. And it's also great for making natural cleaning products at home as well. So in pregnancy, it promotes healthy circulation and reduces swelling by applying to the soles of the feet and, again, working your way up to the heart. It eases morning sickness, so that and ginger. You can rub it behind your ears, jawline, over the navel and soles of the feet every few hours. Again, it's another great one if you're a bit banked up. So again, apply it over your belly. You can diffuse it in the house and apply it to the soles of your feet. And all of the citrus oils promote a positive mood and ease fatigue. So just, it's a great one to always have diffusing around the house. Massage it onto your back, shoulders, and the back of your neck again. And wild orange. So it promotes healthy circulation and reduces swelling, eases digestive discomfort and indigestion, promotes a positive mood and eases fatigue. And again, you can see it there. It's both in the relaxing birth active phase and the energizing transition phase. So I just love the citrus oils because they're the safer oils, I guess, to use in pregnancy. So you can be sure that you are safe in using those. Yeah, they're just really great and, multi-purpose. You can use them for so many different things in pregnancy. Then you've got your Lang Lang. So this is another great womanly scent and especially great, for that time of month as well. Not that you would have that in pregnancy, but just to throw that out there as well. So it promotes a healthy blood pressure, massage it into your heart area and on the left foot and hand. Add it to a bath for a soak or diffuse and inhale from palms. It promotes a positive mood and eases fatigue and promotes a restful night's sleep. So that's another great one. And, people ask me, oh, can I, combine this one with this one and mix these three together? And, the choice is yours. And that's what's so great and empowering about, playing this proactive role in our own health. And, you can play around with the oils and create new blends every day. Like there's, the worst thing that could happen is that it doesn't smell nice. That's the worst thing that could happen. And this one also eases anxious feelings as well. So you can add that to a bath as well. Now we're finally at postpartum and beyond. So the top oils for our healing journey after baby is bergamot, citrus bliss, clary sage, elevation, geranium, frankincense, helichrysum, patchouli, tea tree, which in America is known as melaleuca, and wild orange. So for soothing postpartum discomfort, so for after pains, you can massage lavender and clary sage onto your lower abdomen and apply a hot compress. Anxiety, you can inhale wild orange or lavender, or why not both, I say, and diffuse them together in the house so everyone can benefit. And Roman chamomile, which is lovely, and frankincense, being that grounding oil again, are also helpful. And then for C-section incision care, you can apply lavender, frankincense, and helichrysum, which helichrysum, I didn't get the chance to break down on this slideshow, but it is amazing for promoting healing from wounds and any sort of, scarring tissues. So that's a great one to promote healing. And if there is an infection, definitely pop some tea tree on that one too. And then the lovely stuff, perineum care. So you can make your own soothing mist with some geranium, lavender, and again helichrysum to a small glass spray bottle and top it with a carrier oil. Mist onto the tender area frequently. And then you can make your own soothing pads as opposed to those ones they give you in the hospital, which aren't so great, which is 20 to 30 drops of lavender, Roman chamomile or geranium, or again, use all three. And mix that up with a bottle of witch hazel, shake it and then apply to your pads. Place pads in the freezer until needed, and then use them during the healing process. And then for postpartum sadness and just on a day-to-day basis to support ourselves as mothers, really. We all have our highs and lows in motherhood, and even when we're not mothers. So just for women in general, these 3-4 oils are really great oils that we can use to support ourselves when we do feel a bit down like this. And that's lavender, patchouli, frankincense, and clary sage. That's my little one, you can probably hear. He's just gotten home from his nana's house. So use them in a diffuser, in a nice relaxing bath if you get the chance. And always, like I said, use with a carrier oil, and see if your hubby or your partner will give you a nice massage with that one as well. And again, apply to the bottoms of your feet as well. Breastfeeding. So for cracked nipples, you can apply, this is actually a lovely one for my partner to be tuning into. He's just in the kitchen with Leo. So you can apply lavender and olive oil to the nipples after each feeding. Myrrh can also be soothing as well, and that's a really great grounding oil, especially for women. For fussiness, if they're not latching on properly, you can diffuse lavender and or wild orange to help calm mother and baby. Mastitis, which I'm so fortunate I never got. I was one of the lucky ones. I've heard it's not pleasant at all. So if you do get that, you can use lavender on top of each infected breast throughout the day, and massage, that should say the, following blend over the entire breast, which is 10 drops of tea tree, lavender, and Roman chamomile in 2 tablespoons of carrier oil, and massage that from your armpits down toward the nipple. Now, if you do struggle with breastfeeding and you've got some milk supply issues, to kickstart that milk production, I suggest using clary sage. It doesn't say clary sage there, but that was what I was meant to type there. So you can use clary sage to kickstart that milk production. So like I said, 1 to 2 drops over each breast, and strictly avoid peppermint. So, if you were to have a peppermint tea during breastfeeding, it's not really going to do too much, but because peppermint essential oil and doTERRA essential oils are so pure and potent, it might be best to stay away from peppermint oils. So we always suggest, just because it does decrease your milk supply. Other great ones for increasing milk supply is basil and fennel, but just don't use fennel for any more than 10 days at a time. And then for baby, so yes, you can use essential oils safely for babies. Again, it's a bit of a grey area like pregnancy, using them on small babies, but always dilute. If you always dilute, you really can't go wrong. Of course, you're not going to go give them, I'm trying to think of an oil, you're not going to give them tea tree to take internally or oregano or anything, so just you use your common sense and use that motherly intuition that you've got. Apply some gentle lavender, chamomile for their teething, really tap into that wisdom that we've all got. So for babies, so by that I mean from newborn up to the age of about 2 years old, it's 1 drop to 2 teaspoons of a carrier oil. So again, whether that be coconut, olive, jojoba, or almond oil. So the top oils for baby are Digest Zen, Easy Air, which in America doTERRA calls Breathe, lavender, lemon, Roman chamomile, and tea tree, which again is Melaleuca. So the next few slides I've actually had to cut out because I was working on them earlier today and I didn't get the chance to finish them off because I got interrupted by a Bubs. But that's all good. We're still going to go over them. So Digest Zen is just a godsend for any sort of digestive discomfort, both in adults and baby. I personally could not live without it. So I got onto doTERRA oils when my little boy Leo was about 6 months old. So by that stage, he'd pretty much grown out of his colic. But, you know, like us adults, babies also get the occasional upset tummy as well. So it's a great one just to have on standby for those nights when they're just a bit upset and, you know, things just aren't going right for them. So for an upset tummy for the little one, I like to pop on some Digestion mixed with lavender. So again, even for adults, when we're using oils for our digestion and we're applying them onto our tummies, I always recommend rubbing it in a clockwise motion. Yeah, so just do a nice gentle massage and that'll get things moving and flowing effortlessly again. And you can also try rubbing on some Roman chamomile as well. So again, like the lavender, Roman chamomile is a really, you know, it's such a sensitive oil and it's so soothing for the little ones. So you can ensure that that's another real safe one for the babies. And then you've got what's known as Easy Air. So that's, I guess, like their natural Vicks Vapor Rub, if you want to call it. So it's just the pure version with no carcinogenics. Thank you very much. And it contains laurel oil, eucalyptus leaf oil, peppermint, tea tree, lemon, ravensara, carmadon, and that is all for that one. So again, it makes a nice, you know, mix it with a bit of coconut oil or whatever carrier oil you have in the house. Makes a nice chest rub, you know, if they're struggling to breathe of a night time. You know, seasonal allergies, cold flu season. That's just a really great one to open up their airways and help with a healthy respiratory system. And then you've got the lavender. So the lavender, chamomile, you know, they're pretty much multi-purpose ones. So some ways you can use lavender and the chamomile is, you know, by making your own gentle nappy balm or spray, however you'd prefer to do it. You know, it's a great one, again, for digestive support. You know, you don't have to use Digestion, but it's got, you know, those things like fennel and aniseed and peppermint. You know, they're specifically made for digestive issues. What else have I got? You know, you can use the lavender for cord stump care. You can use it for cradle cap, the lavender and the Roman chamomile. Like I said, use it as a natural nappy balm or for a diaper rash. Teething, so the lavender and Roman chamomile together, you can rub it along the jawline. Again, just 1 drop to 2 teaspoons of carrier oil. Or you can just directly rub it onto their gums as well. But again, make sure it must be diluted. Another great one that I personally use, because Roman chamomile's actually been unavailable through doTERRA for the last few months. So I've actually been doing a mixture of the lavender oil with clove essential oil. So again, when we go to the dentist, they often recommend, if we get a tooth pulled out or we've got a toothache, to use clove on our gums. So it is great for any sort of gum or tooth problem. It's got that anesthetic, that analgesic in it. So because of that numbing effect, don't apply it to the outside of their jaw, but you can put it onto their gums if it is diluted. So that's just 1 drop of clove and 1 drop of lavender mixed with the carrier oil onto their gums. What else did I want to go through for Bubs? Sleep. That's another big one. Every mum wants to know, a safe, natural alternative they can use to, get their little one to sleep. I think, mums have pretty much just tried everything off the shops at the pharmacy. So I think, it's definitely worth giving something natural a try. I would anyway. And So for getting them off to sleep, I like the easiest way to do that is really by popping a diffuser in their room and just doing 1 drop of each of the oils to the water in the diffuser. You can also do 1 drop of each oil into the 2 teaspoons of carrier oil. Again, start on the soles of their feet, and after their bath time, make it a nice, soothing and comforting massage for them. Work it into their feet, rub it up their insides of their ankles, up their legs, over their tummies, down their arms, back of the spine, back of the neck, and that'll really help calm and get them ready for bedtime as well. So that bedtime blend I like to use is a blend called Lavender Peace, or known as Serenity oil over in America. And that's just simply a blend of, I'll just pull it out, lavender oil, marjoram, Roman chamomile, ylang-ylang, Hawaiian sandalwood, and vanilla bean extract. So it's more of a sweet version of the lavender, but again, it's all natural and soothing. So you can do just 1 drop of that. I also like to use 1 drop of cedarwood. Again, it's another comforting and soothing one for our emotions. And also the vetiver. So I always say if lavender fails, that one will knock you out in the best possible way. So again, just 1 drop of all of those to a carrier oil or in a diffuser for Bubs to get them to sleep. And for immune support, you can try frankincense, tea tree, or some basil to the soles of their feet, but again, always dilute. So they're the main ones you can use for Bubs. And then here I've just got a little makeover my diaper bag. It's a bit blurry because I've had to enlarge it, but you can just see, they've mentioned Easy Air, Digestion, Roman chamomile, lavender, and the tea tree there. So there's some great recipes for an actual diaper cream, talc-free baby powder, even homemade wipes. So it's quite amazing what you can do with the oils. There's so much, and it's just about getting informed and really learning, having this knowledge put out to us. So if you did want to know more about these recipes that have come up on the screen, just send me a message after the call and I'll be glad to email it to you. It's a great one. So that brings us to the closing end of our class. So if you were wanting to purchase some oils, if there was some that really jumped out to you, the best way to get those oils is to get your own wholesale account. And you do save quite a lot when you do that. So there's 2 ways you can get the oils, and that's either retail or wholesale. So by getting your own wholesale account, you're getting access to wholesale pricing, which is 25% off retail. So that's obviously, the way I go about it. But there is no monthly order required, so that's what's so great about it. You're not signed up to any contracts or anything. You're just getting 25% off retail price. So the only way you would do a monthly order, and it would be required, is if you wanted to go on what they call their loyalty rewards program, which I'll get to a bit later. So by getting your own wholesale account, 25% off, you get the option to receive 10 to 30% of your total purchases back in free product points on top of that 25% discount. And you also get the eligibility to receive doTERRA's free product of the month. And you also have the ability to then earn compensation and bonuses by sharing the oils with others. And it's so easy to do. It's not about, I'm going to start up a business. It's just, it's authentic and it comes from the heart. And as a mother, you want to share these oils with other mums. So that's what doTERRA is all about, being authentic and sharing from the heart, because these products actually work. And this is the lowest overall product cost and smartest way to buy. So I recommend the best way to get your own wholesale account is by purchasing a kit. And I always recommend the Home Essentials Starter Kit. So it's your sort of middle of the range priced kit. So it is $330, which may scare the hair off some people, but you know, for what you're getting, it's really quite amazing. So you get 10 of the most popular, beautiful essential oils that doTERRA offer. They all come in 15 ml size except the ice blue. It includes a 15 ml frankincense. So that frankincense oil is the one I referred to as the king of all oils. So you can literally use it for just about anything. So you can ensure that you would get good use out of that one. And that retails for $114 alone, you know, and you're getting the whole kit for $330, so it's pretty good. And it also includes the very cool petal diffuser, which is lovely and girly. They do have other diffusers that they sell, but this is the one they've put into the bundle. So overall, you're saving $120 rather than buying all of those 10 oils and the diffuser at retail cost. So by getting it at wholesale in the kit, you don't have to pay a wholesale membership fee, right? So say if you wanted to order digestion, lavender, and chamomile, right? So you could get them all at retail and then never purchase again. Or you could get, you know, 4, 5, or 6 oils, pay a $35 fee and get them at wholesale cost. Or you can get a diffuser and 10 oils, not have to pay a wholesale fee, and get $120 off. So this month they've also got a special that they're running. So every month they offer different promos. So this month, if you enroll with an order of 200, what they call PV, which is really just point values, you'll receive their ice blue muscle rub and also the 5 ml essential oil muscle blend that goes with that as well. So that one is not for use in pregnancy, I just want to add. Or when you're nursing, just because it does have peppermint and wintergreen in it. But it's a great one, you know, for any other time. So it nourishes the muscles and joints. You can rub it on your arms, legs, and soles of feet before and after exercise. Applied to tight and aching joints. Used for a deep tissue massage. Rub it on your kids' legs for growing pains. And, you know, this is actually the one that converted my partner over to the more natural sort of side of things. When I first came home with my doTERRA oils kit and said, hey, I'm doing this as a business, and he sort of looked gobsmacked. You know, for a couple of months he was hell-bent about trying any of my essential oils. But he'd keep going on about all these muscle injuries from gym and this sore bloody shoulder or his sore wrist, and it was just like, just give the ice blue a try. And sure enough, things got bad enough that he had to try it, and he's never turned back. So he uses that before and after gym to prevent with that muscle injury and soreness. Plus, if you also open up your own wholesale account, no matter how much you decide to spend or what kit you get, I'm also going to gift you with a 5 ml wild orange essential oil, which isn't in that kit, and also a free Modern Essentials mini guide to essential oils booklet. So in that little booklet, it goes through, you know, what you can use for teething, for swelling, for mosquito bites. Like, it just goes through everything. So it's a really great one to have on hand, that little booklet. And then I'm just quickly going to go through the loyalty rewards program, as I know time's getting on. So I'll be as quick as I can. So the loyalty rewards program, look, it's really worth it. You know, I'm not just on it because I'm doing this as a business or anything. You know, so many people, when they, you know, when they go into using new products or something, they'll just go out and spend all this money at once, and then the products just sit there and they don't use them. Whereas, you know, doTERRA Wellness Advocates in general, we provide ongoing educational classes, so you can get the most out of what you're purchasing. And you'll also be learning about other new products that you can go on and get bit by bit each month that makes it that bit more affordable. So rather than paying $500 up front and getting all these oils, you can enroll with your starter kit at $330, and then the next month, do an $80 order, which is 100 points, and stock up on 4 or 5 oils and just get bit by bit, because I can tell you, the more you begin to experiment with them and play with them on a daily basis, you'll see the results and you won't be able to turn back. You'll be sharing them with friends before you know it. And it does become a real addiction. I've had so many people tell me that now, like, what have you gotten me onto? It does become a bit of an addiction, but a healthy one at that. So, like I said, it's the most cost-effective way of purchasing the oils, and you will benefit greatly from the amazing rewards of the program. So you can not only get 25% off that retail price, but you can actually save up to an additional 30% off by doing these bit-by-bit monthly orders and getting back your product points to redeem for free essential oil products. And you can also earn free shipping by doing this program as well. And if you put in a monthly order each month before the 15th, and that order just has to be a total of 125 points or more to get the free product of the month. So it's not 1 point for $1, I just want to point out. So a 125 point order might be about 150 Australian dollars. So earn product points that you can redeem for free product. That's really the basis of it. And you can also get commissions as well just by sharing them. You don't have to necessarily want to do a business from it. Just from passing on the word to a friend, you can score a bonus. So that brings us to the end of the presentation. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I know we all have busy lives, especially with our little ones. And I look forward to hearing from you and hopefully having you as part of our amazing tribe of people using, loving, and sharing these essential oils. And that little picture down in the corner is my little one's feet when he was about 6 days old. So I love that shot. And then I just also wanted to share with you all as well, for those who didn't know, that you can also work with me, which is really exciting. I think I'm pretty fun to work with. So we do have work from home opportunities available with doTERRA. So it's so great, I can't tell you. It can be stressful at times, I will say that, working at home with little ones, but it definitely beats doing a 9-to-5, say, desk job, or standing on my feet all day in retail, which I know I've done before and I know I couldn't stand to go back to. So for me to be able to do something I'm so passionate about, using products that work on my family and friends, and being able to share that with now other families, being able to do it from home. And even when I do my classes, I sometimes bring Leo with me as well. So, there are challenging times, but it definitely beats having to put them in care, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I can spend that quality time and actually watch my little one grow up. So I'm really passionate about not just sharing the oils, but also the wonderful opportunity that we have to share with other mothers as well. And not just mothers, it can be for anyone, if you're already a natural therapist, or maybe you're in a totally different job that, just isn't for you, and it's, you're not happy, you might be at a 9-to-5 desk job and you just want to switch to something that's more peaceful and promotes natural healing. So I would love to hear from you. So that's it for tonight. So if you'd like to know more about the oils, sign up and purchase the oils, or know more about the business opportunities or some of the workshops I have coming up, you can visit my website, send me an email, or head to my Facebook page. So the quickest way to sign up with the oils, if that's what you were wanting to do, is just to head straight to my website, and you can actually do that from the computer at home yourself. But if you did have questions on the other kits we do have available, or what the best pack might be for you in your current situation, I can talk you through that as well. That's no problem. All right, well, I hope you all have a great night. And like I said, I really enjoyed sharing this topic. I've sort of babbled on a bit, but I love sharing this stuff, so I kind of do. All right, well, I hope you all have a great night, and I really hope to hear from you all soon. All right, bye.